Hey everyone, Tech Steve here, and what I have here is one of the biggest, one of the baddest televisions on the market. This is the TCL X11L, and TCL says it can do up to 10,000 nits of peak brightness, and that's blinding. And additional to that, it has 20,000 local dimming zones, so that's going to help out with all the contrast that you need to get the best performance. Now, this is a huge TV. This is an 85-inch, so if you've been thinking about home theaters, you might want to consider going with this TV. But let's go ahead and get out of the box so we can take a look at the design and I can give you my first impressions. Now, TCL has been really good at boxing these TVs up. This TV did come in a crate, and this is so the TV doesn't get damaged whenever you get it shipped to your house. But keep in mind, if you buy it from any of the carriers like Best Buy or anybody like that, they're probably going to just bring it on the back of a truck so you can get delivery of it safely. Now that we have the plastic off, how do you get this thing open without cutting up your hands? Oh, I see. They put these little clamps on it so you can take it out from the front, but we will have to turn it around so we can get access to the front of the TV. Now, I don't see a way to open this besides the tabs on the side, but let's see if this hammer will help. All right. All right. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer. Xander, we're getting it. We're getting closer. And here's the moment of truth. Well, I hope they don't need this box back. And here it is, the 85-inch X11L. All right. Now this TV is a beast. Oh, yeah. All right, you got it? All right. So me and Xander got everything out of the box. I'm gonna tell you, this TV is extremely heavy, but I want to see how much it weighs before we start unboxing it here. So now we got the scale balanced. Let's go and lift this TV up and put it on there. You ready? Go. 168 pounds. That's how much this TV weighs without the crate or anything like that. It's pretty damn heavy. In other words, don't try this at home by yourself because you won't be able to get it. So let's go and get this all ready to go. And then you need to take out these side clips and you just squeeze them and pull them out. All right. And this one is a tab. Then all you need to do is go ahead and pull these off the other side, and then you can start getting access to the TV. And this other side just has two clips, one here and one here. And now we're going to get to the accessories at the top of the TV, and let's see what we have. All right, it does come with these huge feet. They're made out of metal. And there's also this right here. This is a bag that includes the remote control, power cord, as well as a user manual. And one of the cool things about the way they built this box, these are only like 8-foot ceilings. So if you had to raise it above the TV, it wouldn't fit. So the great thing is they're setting this up to be able to be taken apart in most people's homes. All right, over here we got plenty of protection. Let's go and put this over here to the side. So we got this little piece right over here. Whee! And we got the main piece right here. Now this feels pretty stable. Let's see there. We got this little piece. So the good thing is they do sandwich this TV on both sides because it's so massive. They will make sure this thing gets to your house in a really good condition. And then we have the last piece over here, and then we can get to the TV. So one thing is important whenever you get any type of television that you read the instructions, because before I got started, I want to make sure I did this properly, and this is how you install the feet on this particular TV. The way this was set up, you want to fold this down on the front and the back. Kind of like this. And now you got the flat surface. Then you want to pull the styrofoam back on each side so you can basically have the TV balancing in the center. Go ahead. Okay. One thing I can tell you for sure, if you don't have two people helping you with this size TV, you may lose your balance and it could fall and crash. Here's the feet that comes with it, and of course they're made out of metal. And if we go down here to the television, and what you want to do is take the feet and put it kind of like that, and then put the screws in. All right, there we go. And let's go get the other side. And the cool thing, after you get the feet screwed in, they have these little covers for it. And it just goes like that right there. Nice clean look to it. Now let's talk about the back of this TV. It's got this nice pixel look to it, and I say that they built this TV to look and perform very premium. Now this one has stub overs on the back and it's powered by B&O, and here's the other two on the other side. And one thing about the X11L is that it has built-in wire maintenance, and it goes all the way across the TV, as you can see right here. And you can mount it on the wall. We have screw holes here, 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 and over here. And it uses this bracket. And the X11L has plenty of connection to work with all your peripherals. For example, we have a USB 2.0 Ethernet connection. It has 4 HDMI 2.1s, and this is eARC for your soundbar. So finally, you can hook up 4 gaming consoles or 3 gaming consoles, as well as a soundbar. You also have a TV tuner, a second USB 2.0, and you do have a optical output right here. Now, if you wonder about glare, I have the studio lights on, and this is what we get with the screen protector on. But let's go ahead and pull off all these different corners so we can get the screen protector off and see if it improves. All right, so we got some of the tape off, but you guys have to bear with me when it comes to glare on this video because I still need to get the studio set up. So just gonna grab this corner right here where the yellow tab is. Satisfying. All right, so here it is. This is kind of glare you're gonna get on it, and to me it looks about like the QM8K as far as that. But besides the glare, this TV has a lot more to offer than the QM8K ever could. Now, first of all, when you're looking at this operating system, it appears that it looks the same, but this particular TV now has Google Gemini for TVs. And you get features such as asking the questions, news briefings. You can even create your own images. And besides the Google operating system, I will tell you that this TV is very fast and very snappy. There's no lag like you got on some of the previous models. Plus you have the live TV feature. You have all kinds of free content. You can shop for your favorite shows. And there's a robust app store so you can find just about anything you're looking for. And you can get streaming content directly from TCL's own application. We're not going to take a deep dive into the operating system, but you have features like your channel inputs, display and sound. And this is allow you can change all your picture settings, screen settings, sound settings, and audio settings. And it's powered by Android 14, as you can see right there. We also have 52 gigabytes of internal memory, so you can put plenty of applications on it. You can cast from your Android device, and it does have Apple AirPlay and HomeKit built right in. And with this newer processor in here, you have access to HDMI 2.1 on all the ports, plus you have the eARC that's on the back of it. And the last thing is that this is a Bluetooth remote to be able to do voice commands, and you can add your own Bluetooth headphones to it. And this TV has the most impressive sound quality because you have speakers that goes all the way across the front here, and it has ones on the back to create a Dolby Atmos virtual surround sound. Now I want to pull up this demo for you guys so you can see how good the contrast on it, and it's extremely bright. A lot of times I do see these TVs in a demo that I don't have control over, but I'm looking at it live right now, and the colors on it are punchy, vibrant, and the contrast on it is bar none some of the best you're going to find on a TV in today's market. And just keep in mind, this is not a full review. I'm just looking through some of the things, and 24 frames per second looks really smooth. And switching over to 60 frames per second, it looks even that much better. And when it comes to gaming, you have auto low latency, variable refresh rate, gaming mode, shadow enhancers, and aiming aids. Plus, if you hold down the 3 lines, you get this gaming bar that's going to show your frames. It supports AMD FreeSync. and you have all these controls at the bottom. You also have a floating windows that shows your frames per second. It also supports HGIG, high frame rates, and you see there's plenty of settings on this TV, including some different themes if you prefer green or cartoon look. Now this TV will support up to 144 Hertz using a PC, but as you can see here, we got up to 120 Hertz on the PS5. We have 1440p up to 120 Hertz, and we have 1080p up to 120 Hertz. That's all I have on this video, and there's a lot more to go over and a lot more details. So I will be making the full review on this television right after this video ends. Got a lot of testing to do, get out some equipment, and I will make the quality just a little bit better because I'm still trying to figure out the lighting in this room. But with that being said, I want to give a special thanks to TCL, and I want to also give you guys my first impressions. The TV is very bright but balanced. It also has vivid colors and great contrast levels. Now the thing that I'm looking for is where are some of the flaws at, and so far it runs pretty smooth and it looks really good. The audio system much improved over the last generation that had the B&O systems. With this front bar, it almost sounds like a center channel. With the subwoofers on the back, it's more immersive than it was before. But if you guys have questions, let me know. Also, if you go find anything bad on the internet or something someone says, let me know before I get the full review filmed, because I like to investigate it and see if that's my finding as well. These videos are not all about making something look perfect. It's all about really just telling you the truth of how something performs and giving you my personal opinion about it. And if you trust that, then I'm always going to do you right. Now, with that being said, got a lot of work around here to get done, a lot of filming to get done, but I also want to take a moment to say thanks a lot for you guys supporting the channel over the years. And I will tell you that we're just getting started. That's all I have on this video. I'm Tech Steve. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Did I say that right? Huh.